tourists, taphophiles. It is time for a cemetery scene. First one of 2020. We are in Bottesford today. Beautiful sunny day. So it's time to go to the graveyard. Come on, guys. The name Bottesford comes from the Anglo-Saxon word ford, belonging to the bottle, B-O-T-L, not sure how you say that, or house, as it means. And the ford, I believe, goes towards Leicestershire way, I think, because we're getting close to that direction. The church itself is sometimes known as Lady of the Vale, and it is actually Grade 1 listed. As you saw when I was walking up this way, I wanted to film it because it has the tallest spire in the UK at 210 feet. Pretty impressive. Look at this beautiful old gate here. It's creaking as I come in. And closed behind me without me even touching it. Thank you, gate. So, some of the graves here are as old as 1689, and some even have the veil of Beaver Angel above them. And as I say, that angel here, missing a finger. They're always missing some part of their body. So I'm going to just find a unwindy spot so I can tell you some information. So I choose this doorway to stand in out of the wind. It's actually a very awesome old doorway with a giant door knocker behind me. So, information. I'm going to stand right in this corner in hopes that you can hear me without any wind. So, this church itself and the area is known for the Wishes of Beaver. They were the mother and daughter who were accused of witchcraft. Joan, Margaret and Philip Flowers. They were known as herbal healers around the area in the time of 1619. They were employed as servants to the Earl and Countess of Rutland, specifically for the visit of James I. They were fired after many disagreements, but upon leaving, the Earl and Countess fell ill with convulsions and vomiting, to which they were blamed, obviously, and short after that, their children died. 3 years after their children had died, there were a couple of other women that were convicted for the reasoning of why their children had died. A lot of people thought that they were strange folk. They had familiars and didn't fit in with society, so to speak. I guess they were very easy pickings to claim that they were witches, I guess. There were 9 women in the end that were hanged. They were sent to Lincoln jail and then they were hanged there. Apparently had bewitched people. The Rutland Tombs are within this building, and they have inscriptions on, such as death by witchcraft of the witches of Beaver, and that they died to wicked practices and sorcery. Some say the witches were framed by a man called George Villiers, so he could become Duke once the children were killed. So there's a little side story for you there. I don't know if that's true or not. Seems very shifty to me. So we're going to have a little view around the graveyard itself, see if we can see some... actually, I think I could see one from here. What were they called? Just 1 second whilst I check notes. The Beaver Angels, sorry. There's a few over there, I think, but if the church is open, we'll see that part as well. I'm unsure if it will be, but it's a very peaceful, quiet day, so let's go take a look back. You can see the impressive spire. Really, really goes tall. What a beautiful day. I might be wrong. It might actually be open. Shall we find out? Giant door. So it's absolutely silent in here. I don't think there's anyone in here, so I'm gonna take a browse around and try and find these Rutland Tombs that I spoke of. Whoa, impressive in here. The amount of marble. Incredible. Lighting in here today too. So we've got a brasswork here. I don't know if it's missing. And we do have, there we go, the Earl and Countess of Rutland. Wow. I didn't actually think I'd be able to get in here, but information for the vaults. Look at these guys. Wow. This skull on the bottom here. I'm actually lost for words because it's so impressive. I've no idea what to say because this is just so beautiful in here. Despite the fact that they're obviously killers of witches. But still, I'm just looking for the actual information on which tomb it is where it says that they were bewitched. But once I find it, I will film it. But it's just... the day couldn't be any more perfect to highlight all this too. The size of this. So we got the Lord Francis and Lord... It's 3 lords anyway. The height of this thing goes all the way to the ceiling. So my height isn't even the same height as the first Earl. I'm not quite sure what's engraved in that. Somebody graffitied into his book. Some close-ups of these things. It's just so shiny and worn away. Detail on all of it. Look at the hair. Have all of the hands as well. Well, that obviously was a unicorn, but it no longer has its horn. Maybe it was made of gold. It was taken. And the lettering along the edge as well. And probably children along the bottom, I think. Something on the wall up here. Thought I heard someone coming, but there isn't. No idea why. But there's some gauntlets up there, just hanging in the wall. Doesn't actually say why. Above these two. So it is these tombs that actually have the inscription about that they died by wicked practice and sorcery in 1612. I'll try my best to get as close as I can so you can read that. It says here, they died in their infancy by wicked practice and sorcery in 1612. So it was in fact these ones I was stood in front of. I had no idea at the time. So yeah, thanks for burning some innocent women. It's nice of you. Anyway, I've just gone up onto the top part here to the peacock altar, and right into the corner here we have Robert de Roos from 1285. Very, very graffitied. It's incredible the amount that's actually lasted on his face. All the way down to his legs. Someone's even graffitied on the legs. And somebody else just came in just there, so I had to be quiet because I was starting to talk about witchcraft and whatnots in a church. And they're probably like, what is she on about? Why is she in here? I'll be like, I'm a history student. That's usually a good way of explaining yourself out of anything. Anyway, over here we also have William de Roos from 1414. Very well kept, and there's beautiful yellow light coming through as well. Just seeing here, these were probably the sons that did die, apparently, from witchcrafty ways and sorcery, since they're holding skulls as well. Oh, it's just the detail I can't get over, and the fact that there's nobody in here either, so I can just take my time and look at everything. Go back through this very rickety little altar gate here. So yes, I was very impressed with the fact that I read this long enough to find out that these were the peeps that killed 9 women, apparently for sorcery and wicked practices. Don't agree with that. Just letting you know that. I came all this way to say I don't approve of you. Anyway, let's have a little look around the rest of the church, and then we'll head outside to the graves, which, as I said, it's very windy today, so I'm glad that I was able to get in here and do a bit of filming whilst it's not. So more than anything, I visited this place as an act of defiance, because witches are still here. No matter how much you tried to burn us, crucify us, whatever it was, it's still here. From 1618, I believe it was, that different tombs that were in there, still here. Churchyard after that little bit of a somber moment. Oh, look, there's one of the beaver angels I was telling you about. Here we go, on the top of here. That's what they look like. There was a few in the Leicester churchyard I visited, since that's where they are from. But there's quite a few on the tops of here, so we'll go have a little browse around whilst the weather's still keeping up. Oh my, check this out for subsidence. I think someone's trying to come back out. George Lamb apparently doesn't want to go. He's coming back. Coming up on the side here. I'm not sure what that is on the top. I thought it was a moth from afar, but leaves, I really don't know. Anyway, love this one. We got skull and crossbones at the side. Then, blessed are which die. Blessed are the dead which die in the Lord. I like that too. Nice book on the top of the stream that runs along the outside as well. Some big tombs here. Let's have a look at this tombage. Richard's son of Richard. A lot of Richards in that family. Wow, look, I like the lettering on this one. Here lies the body of Will Vincent from 1723. Wow, it's all curly. Very inventive. And the one next to it is very simple. Got kind of a wheel of wheat. Another William Vincent. So it's going to be a wrap up from me, I think. I've done a good wrap around the cemetery and spent a lot of time in the church, which I didn't think I'd get into. I'm glad I did, because there's no way I could have known all that epic marble work that was in there. So until next time, I'm unsure where my next sequel will take me, but if the weather stays this great, then I will for sure be crying in another before the end of January. If not, there's way more to come. I've got a giant list. If you have any suggestions, shove them in the comment box below and let me know. I love finding new graveyards all around the world. Whenever I go anywhere, it's the first thing I want to look at. There'll be a few more coming from overseas as well, so look out for those before the year is out. I hope your year has begun well. Merry 2020 to you all. See you next time. So as I'm coming back through the city after having a snack, I wanted to find this. I didn't know if I would. It is the stocks which they actually tortured and persecuted the said witches. It's still standing. So makes you wonder what these stocks have seen. So on that depressive note, maybe I'll end it there. It has been a great trip through history whilst walking around here. I hope you enjoyed interesting feature here too, as this is called Bottesford. The ford, which it talks about, is here. I didn't actually know I'd find all these things, by the way. I'm just walking around the very small village. So there's the church we were at. Through this, so a car can just drive through this water. How awesome is that? So now you know why it's called Bottesford. Very peaceful and quiet. So there you have it. From me, it is a toodle pip. I hope you enjoyed this historical trip around Bottesford. I caught the train here. Very easy to get to, 20 minutes out of Nottingham. And go visit your own local history. Find out what is in your area that still exists. I'm going to now walk up to... Look at this, it's a funeral parlour. This is outside. Funerals. Can I have one of those? Anyway, I'm going to show you now. Let's walk down to the fort. No cars coming, so it's okay. There we go. That's the bottom. Bye everyone. Have an excellent start to the year, and I'll see you next month.